What's going on, everybody? Wilson here, your spiritual hype man, and we are back for part 2 with Shannel Scorza, a very good friend of ours. If you haven't heard the first episode or her first part of the episode, I would highly recommend go do it because it's fucking nuts. To hear your story and to hear like what your upbringing was like, and then to see what you've gone through and where you are now, and the things that you guys are doing is absolutely amazing. And it's really the epitome of what nothing changes until you do, right? To not let things like that ultimately affect you in a manner that is going to negatively impact you and those people closest to you. So I think, if we had a diploma, I would definitely give you a diploma for that. So you do. Definitely go and listen to it because it's a really good one that gives you good perspective on someone that's starting in some sort of position and then where they ended up, where you guys are at. But this one, we want to focus on the IVF, the journey that you went through, just in case there's people out there that whether it's mom and dad or husband and wife that are potentially looking to do something like that. You can give some insight on your journey, because I know your journey took quite a bit of time. I'm sure there was lots of ups and downs, but happily to share that you have a
9-month-old.
Yeah,
little boy.
That's right. Who's awesome and was very friendly. We had to stare down, but then got mad at me. I figured it out. Uncle Wilson, he'll come through. Trust me. Uncle Wilson comes through. So take me through it. Like, when were you like, did you always want to have kids? Like growing up the way you grew up, were you like, I definitely want something better, and I want to show. Like, was that part of it? Or?
My number one thing that I always wanted when I was younger was to be a mother. Like that's what I always wanted. Right. I think it's because I never got that. And I never got that like motherly love that like I felt like I had so much to give. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was always like an end goal for me, one of my end goals. And when I got with Dan, he always wanted children also. So it was just one of those mutual things for us. Yeah. And
kind of like buying a car.
More permanent. But no, it was interesting, the whole process. I mean, we started as just, 2 young kids, in love, wanting to grow a family, and then realized quickly that it really wasn't happening the way that we thought that it was going to happen.
Yeah, the books say that. Like, why is this
Are we doing this right? And we went and got checked, went to multiple, fertility specialists, and they would always do the same test over and over again. And guess what? They got the same result, the definition of insanity. Yeah. So...
what were the results? They're like, no, you can't have babies?
No, the result, they would do an analysis basically, and the analysis would say that there was nothing in the, sample. And
like you guys were good to like keep going?
No, meaning that there was nothing there to make a child.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So blanks?
Huh?
Blanks?
Blanks. Nothing. Yeah. So we couldn't figure out why, because usually there would be, 1, 2, a couple. Yeah. But there was nothing.
Wow.
So we ended up going to a doctor in Ormond Beach, Dr. Mello Grana, who's a fantastic urologist. And he was like, sorry, Dan, the only way we're going to know is if we're going to open you up. So they did.
Damn.
Opened him up, found out his issue, found out he had them. They just had no way to leave.
Oh.
So hence IVF.
Okay.
So.
Wait, hold on. Tell me a little more how he had them and they had no way to, they just didn't have a good roadmap, or like you couldn't.
No, so.
Highways were clogged?
There's a vas deferens. You know what the vas deferens is?
I know exactly what the vas deferens is.
He had no vas deferens.
Ah.
So he had them, they just had no way to leave.
Oh, yeah. That's been since he was a kid. So like just
it was
just born that way.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So.
But you can extract them.
Yeah. So he had to get a needle put in, pulled out.
God damn, Dan.
Yeah, and he's lucid for the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, he's awake for that.
God damn.
So
I had to put ice on his balls for sure. Right?
Yeah.
Afterwards.
God yeah.
Okay, so how many years were you trying until you were like, listen?
About 5.
So you're trying for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then you're like, man, we got to check this oil.
Maybe even less than that. Yeah. Right. And then
so we find out.
Yeah, we found out probably right before COVID happened, and right before that shutdown was when that appointment was with Dr. Melagrana.
Wow. Yeah. And this was the time that you guys decided to go on business on your own. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
I don't know. We're crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we had been going through all the testing and everything, and then that doctor was right before COVID when we figured out that this is what we needed to, So we ended up finding, we had good friends at the time that introduced us to a certain clinic out of New York, and now they just opened one in Florida in Sarasota called CNY.
Cool.
And we had a couple consultations. They were like, "Oh yeah, this is totally possible." Yeah. And they go through the whole thing. How long have you been trying? We're like, "Oh, now it's been 8 years."
Yeah.
And this, that, and the other. So we had to go up to Sarasota, not Sarasota, Syracuse in New York.
Okay.
To do all of our retrievals. And transfers of our embryo, and I
so for people that may not know what that is, so they basically have to like needle out your egg, needle out the semen,
pretty much,
and then basically store them in a.
They freeze them. So usually when you do IVF, you get a bunch of embryos because women get all hopped up on their hormones and whatever. I had a flow murmur with my heart, so I couldn't be on all of the hormones. So I still was on injections.
Yeah.
But they just weren't as many as a normal situation with IVF
would they try to like get?
Yeah, where they try to get 40 eggs, 40 embryos. So I only got one.
When you went up?
Yeah, when I went up, they had seen 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
But they have to be a certain size for them to take them out, for them to have a good, I guess, attempt at growing and a good chance.
Right.
Yeah. So they knocked me out. I thought they were going to pull out 5 of them. They only pulled out 1, and they said, "You only got 1 out of this." And they're like, "Just so you know, your chance of this growing and you having a healthy child is less than 2%. And I was like, "Well, we're going to try it anyway." So we did.
Bitch, you know how I grew up.
Yeah. I was like, "We're going to try it anyway." So I left Syracuse. That was for the retrieval. We had to come home for about a month, and then they basically, they keep testing you through that time to make sure that you're ovulating properly.
Yeah. There's the baby.
Yeah, there he is.
Baby.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
He's mad.
He's like, let's go, Mom. Baby, quiet down.
Yeah, he's going to listen to that, right?
So
he's like,
I'll fucking tell you.
Yeah. So, yeah. I feel bad.
I was going to ask you, do you want to go get him?
I'm thinking about
it. You can get him. Yeah, go get him. Or have Patty come in for a minute, and we'll just blur out his face. it'll be a sticker.
Where is this baby? Come here.
That's kind of how I sounded. That's kind of how I sounded when my mom didn't want to take me to my roller skating rink for my birthday.
He's tired.
This will be a good opportunity to shout out our sponsors. Robitussin for kids. Man, he's a good-looking kid. Does he have Dan's blue eyes?
No.
No?
No, he's got my eyes.
He's sensitive about that.
He's sensitive about
Is he still here?
Huh?
I'm gonna like not be in the seat, and then he'll be. Where'd he go?
He's just trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He's a tired. Good burpee. Yeah, you're trying not to.
I'll leave. Baby, you sit here. You sit here.
He's just tired. Overtired. Overtired. Overtired.
Before we got rudely interrupted by the baby?
So, I think what we were talking about was the process of IVF with the.
Yeah, you had one.
Oh,
egg.
I had one egg. That's what it was.
Crazy.
Yeah, and they told me I had less. Well, some people, I mean, they go anywhere from, more than 1 to 45, you know, it just depends. Which, something I struggled with personally was if I had that many, to me, those are little lives.
All right.
So what? I'm going to use 2, 3 of them maybe, and then what? Dispose of the rest?
Yeah, right. Can you like give them away or like?
You can, but I mean, at that point, do you want to? Because my thing too is, I mean.
Likes the blue.
At my point, my thing was, do I want somebody else to have my child? You know?
Yeah. When you
so
start,
it's one of those things. It's like a double-edged sword.
So I guess it worked out the best for you.
It did.
Because you were like, man.
I struggled with it a lot, and I remember talking to one of my good friends, Carla, about it. She lives here in Palm Coast, and
shout out to Carla.
Yeah, and that was one of the things. She's like, I remember you struggling with that a lot, and it was just one of those inner monologue things that was just like haunting me.
And it was like if you had more eggs to give. Or more eggs
well, if I had more than I could really do with, you know, I'm not gonna have 40 children, you know.
Right. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. The whole basketball.
Dan wanted a litter, so he's like, well, you could just put 10 of them in there at once. Yeah.
So all right. So then so it was 1, and then they gave you a 2% chance of it to actually succeed. And so how did that take you? Was it obviously an emotional ride in terms of?
Oh yeah, because as soon as they put the baby back in as a transfer,
take me through that.
So after that, after they take him out, they freeze him. They do a bunch of tests on him.
They freeze the egg. Not him.
Not him per
but
se.
The egg.
The egg.
They freeze him.
Yeah, they freeze the egg, and then they kind of test it, make sure that it's a good grade.
Okay.
Because they have to grade. And
the
then they have to survive the dethaw.
Okay.
So, and make sure that they split properly when they put the semen in. Wow. It's a whole bunch of like science. Crazy stuff. Yeah. So, obviously, he survived all of that. And you're awake when they do the transfer. So, like, you can see them implant him back in.
That's
crazy. I have, like, pictures of it. It's crazy.
And it's implanted with the semen. So, basically, they do they do the semen and the implantation outside.
Yep.
And then they put it back into your
exactly right
oven. That's basically what happens.
Exactly, yeah. Which is great because, I mean, and it's one thing to know how a child is made, you know what I'm saying? Right, but it's another to see it. Because they had the sonogram hooked up. You could see, like, the needle going in. You could see it coming out, being put into your...
You see a little thing in the oven. Close the oven
crazy.
Door and like...
What is your deal, my guy? Wilson's not gonna want kids after this.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was really kind of
Just gotta give him the microphone.
Yeah. It was really cool experience, definitely, to see. But then after that, I mean, I was getting blood tests every 3 days. I was getting sonograms constantly because they want to make sure that it's sticking and that it's okay.
Yeah.
And
so it's like a constant sort of check in. Or
constant.
Did you have to go up and down, or were you?
No. Once they did the transfer, I was able to come home and stay home.
Got it.
Yeah, so that was nice. But still, I mean, every couple of days getting your blood taken. I mean, my hands were destroyed because they couldn't get blood from my arms anymore, so they had to go through my hands.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just a lot, you know. And then you're exhausted because of the amount of blood they're taking.
Right.
So you have to do other things to kind of keep your energy up, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
It got to the point where I was going to Advent Health so much that the people in the lab knew exactly who I was.
They knew you
I didn't even have to check in anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Did Advent Health do a good job?
Advent Health was great.
Shout out to Advent Health.
Yeah, Advent Health was fantastic.
Sponsor this episode.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then, I mean, as it went through, I mean, I had the, like, complications and stuff. I was considered high risk.
Yeah, what was that?
You can't have it. So, with going through the high risk, I had really high blood pressure during my pregnancy, like stupid high blood pressure. And it got to the point where I was like 34 weeks pregnant. And I went in for like my normal OB appointment. And I was chill as a cucumber, like talking to you right now. My blood pressure came back at 220/180.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine."
Yeah.
She's like, "No, I don't think so." So that mixed with a couple other things, she's like, "You're not leaving here today without having that baby." I said, "You guys just said he measured at like 2 pounds when I did my sonogram."
Yeah.
I was like, "I can't have him at 2 pounds. He's not going to survive." And she's like, "Trust me, he'll be fine." And I'm like, "Okay." So the night before, I was not feeling good at all. Like the dog was like up my ass.
Yeah.
Like she knew something was up. Me and Dan didn't sleep at all. So that morning of my appointment, I told Dan, just put your headphones in, go to bed. You know, I'll be home in a few hours. Yeah. So when she told me that, obviously I had to call him. He wasn't answering because his headphones were in. So I had to call one of our good friends. And they went over and I said, if you just bang on the door, Maddie will bark and she'll wake him up. So she did that, obviously. He got down white as a ghost when he entered that room. They rushed me in for an emergency C-section, pulled him out. He was 3 pounds, 12 ounces. Jeez. So still itty bitty. Yeah. But he had a great set of lungs on him screaming, which he still does. And, yeah. And they brought him to like the NICU. He was in the NICU for 9 days. But he did so good. He was like off their CPAP within 2 days, off the feeding tube within a day. He did really well. He had jaundice, but they put him under like a light for jaundice for a few hours or a day or something.
What is jaundice again?
It's the yellowing of the skin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was fine after that.
They gave him a sunbath? Suntan?
Pretty much, I guess, with like UV lights. So right after I had him, I was... Dan noticed my blood pressure was dropping a lot right after the C-section, like within hours. And I was bleeding a lot. And what they come in and they do like after a C-section or after a birth, and they like rub your stomach like really hard. Like it's super painful. And basically I think what they're doing is they're trying to get your uterus to contract maybe when they do that. But they kind of roll their knuckles into your stomach, which is seriously painful. Right. And every time they would do that, I had a lot of blood leave my body, like a lot of blood. And they kept noticing I wasn't filling up the pads, I was filling up towels. Damn. So like, you're losing a lot of blood. My blood pressure dropped to like 70/40.
Wow. So you went from two extremes.
Yeah. Wow. So then the doctor came in and she's like, we need to rush you in for an emergency surgery. And I'm like, why? She said, well, you're bleeding out. I hemorrhaged. So your hemoglobin, I think, is supposed to be, was like a 15. When they caught mine, I was at 5. Yeah. So I was probably much lower by the time they brought me in. Right. So I was like on the brink there. Super low. Yeah. So they had to give me like 5 or 6 units of blood. They sent me into emergency surgery. They had to put a uterine balloon into my uterus to get it to contract. Jeez. So I had to go into ICU. I was in ICU for 4 days. So I couldn't even see him the first 4 days of his life.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. So it was wild. Yeah. It was really a crazy experience.
What were you going through, like emotionally? Like, what were you like? What the fuck? Why me?
I don't even remember the first 3 days, honestly, because they put you on a magnesium drip, and that knocks you out, dude. Okay. I was so exhausted. I couldn't. My mother-in-law would come and visit me, and I couldn't keep my eyes open. Like she would be talking to me, and my eyes would just close. Sleeping. Yeah. So. Wow. It was a lot, but my father-in-law, he was in the NICU with him every morning from 9 to noon. Yeah. He was a part of his like first bath. He was one of the first people to hold him. Yeah. So even now, like if he hears my father-in-law's voice, like he looks for him because that's just one of his favorite people. Yeah, right. You know, he's constantly with him.
His person to show.
Yeah, that's his person.
Wow.
So.
Very cool. So just a lot of high emotions, I guess, throughout the entire process.
A lot of high, a lot of lows, yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're going through that too, and you're spending quite a bit of money to go through that, and they're telling you have less than 2% chance of it happening for you. You know, plus all the medicines and stuff that you have to take while you're on.
What did you spend on that? On
total?
Getting this miracle.
So the total between IVF, the medicines, the travel. I'm going to say probably $15,000, which is nothing compared to doctors' offices in Jacksonville and Orlando and stuff. Oh, okay. Because they quoted me upwards between 35 and 50 grand. Yeah. Wow. So definitely
Yeah, for sure.
definitely a cheaper route
Well, yeah,
doing
well,
that
it's
particular
a better way
clinic.
to do it, and you did it.
Yeah.
Now, clinic was still good. They were awesome.
Yeah,
You just went up to
clinic's
New York,
great.
right?
And I still have one more round I can do. So if I want another one, we still have enough for one more.
Oh, wow.
I would just have to get, obviously, another embryo pulled.
Well, here's the question. Would you go through that again?
I don't, I don't know.
Mm.
I love the baby phase. I really do.
Yeah.
And I already I feel like it was so traumatic when it first happened. I almost don't remember like the first couple months of having him.
Wow.
Because I was still so tired.
Yeah.
My hemoglobin hadn't gone up for the first like almost 5-6 months.
Yeah.
So my iron was still so low that I could barely walk to the bathroom without being winded.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, Patty kind of went something through that, but not with not having a baby. She was.
Yeah, I remember hers.
So something similar, but I can.
Yeah.
Place that like where you can't even do anything. Like,
yeah, I couldn't do anything. It was crazy. I mean, it's one thing when you're pregnant and you're holding a child.
Yeah.
And they're putting all their pressure on your lungs and stuff when you're carrying them, but it's another thing to like have them outside of you, having to care for them, and you can't because getting out of bed hurts, you know?
Yeah, right.
And I was open twice. I was open for the C-section.
And
then they had to rip me open again because I was hemorrhaging.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
So.
That's crazy. What, okay, so what were some of the, like, downs and how did you overcome the downs, like, throughout the process?
After I had him?
Well, during it.
I mean, during, I felt like failure wasn't really an option during.
Okay.
So my thing was, I need to just stay positive because if I am constantly scared throughout this pregnancy that I'm going to lose him, it's going to ruin the pregnancy for me. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this a second time because I'm not blessed with the option to just keep popping them out. Like some people, get pregnant like crazy and they pop them out like chiclets. And I'm not one of those people. So I wanted to enjoy my pregnancy as much as humanly possible too.
So you sort of kept, like, even though you were going through some of these, I guess, hard times or hard emotions or, you just, the overriding message was more of like, stay positive because if not, then it's not really worth.
Well, if not, then I'm just going to be sad and weepy anyway, you know? Right. And you're already weepy when you're pregnant because you're hormonal. So you're already crying at the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I guess if anyone's going through it now, similar questions. If anyone's kind of going through it now, like what would be, your framework or your advice that you can tell,
I would just say never give up.
Yeah.
I got lucky. I didn't have to go through multiple rounds like some women do where they go through miscarriages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was really lucky. But at the same time, they need to listen to their gut because if I would have listened to the doctors and did the hormones against, because they wanted me to do the hormones even though I had a murmur in my heart, and based on my own research, saw that was not a good idea.
Okay.
So I mean, I would say do your own research.
Yeah. What did you research?
Be your own advocate.
You just looking for you looked at a bunch of like case studies, things like that. Oh yeah.
And I have a bunch of friends that are doctors.
Oh right.
So I called my support group and I basically said, hey, this is what they're saying. This is what my options are. What do you think?
Yeah.
And then went from there.
Yeah, very good. And now.
I know. Now I got this squirmy little bug that wants to eat your microphone.
Wants to hop on the mic is what it is.
Yeah, I know you do. You want to eat it. I know.
Okay, so definitely, and it it's a journey, right? So some people sometimes, through the journey can become unsuccessful based on trying and failing, right? Depending on a bunch of different things. But for you, I would say, right, your thing is just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep the journey going.
Just keep going.
Okay. And like having a 2% chance, like,
that's
all you need.
Yeah.
1% chance, right? Like,
I still would have done it. If they told me it was a 0.5% chance, I still would have done it.
You still would have done it.
Just because I could feel it in my heart. Like, my thing was, for me to go through all of that as a child and to have my dream to be a mother, and then for it to not happen, and then what? It ends here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I like it.
That's not possible.
Yeah.
How could I have gone through all of that horse shit for my journey to end here?
Yeah, like your
for me not to be able to give all this love that I never received to another human being. That's not possible.
Yeah, and now was that like an underlying thought throughout the entire process?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder you succeeded. You know what I mean? Like
Failure was not an option.
Yeah,
I was going
right.
to
Right.
have a child. And it kept coming to the point where I would meet other people that were going through the same thing. Like when I first started IVF, I thought, oh my God, we're going to be one of those weird couples that, have to do this in order to have children.
Yeah.
I have met so many people that I've known for years that I didn't know went through IVF and did.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I was at an estimate this morning and they had twins through IVF 30 years ago. It's way more common than people think.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
way more
getting
common.
better and better anyway too, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like
Well, technology
and
and I think too, I think it's more common nowadays too, not to get like sidetracked, but because for all these years we've been poisoned with our food, with everything else, that now unfortunately infertility issues are a huge issue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Plenty of stuff. I've never been checked. Like I've never been checked, and I'm kind of like hesitant to go be checked.
Yeah.
I used to have the laptop on my lap all the time, so I don't know if maybe I fried my nuts kind of thing.
Did you wear really tight jeans?
No, I never did. Yeah, the really tight jeans don't look good on me.
No.
No, it's quite the opposite. Yeah, I had them chicken legs.
Yeah.
But that's okay, cool, very nice. So anybody starting their process, anyone going through it, you just encourage them to just keep going through it. You're gonna have tough days.
Oh yeah.
But it's
and there's
definitely
support groups out there too. Like I can't tell you how many times I was on a support group type of blog situation on Facebook.
Cool.
And just seeing, what other girls have gone through and what they've done to kind of keep going.
Yeah.
He wants that microphone, man.
My check.
Your brain chemically just changes.
Right.
Yeah. And you're almost like a constant fight or flight mode, I feel like. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, and I think like after, right, I've heard and I've seen where like it just hits everybody differently. Like some people don't, right? There's some moms that don't even want to like be with their children.
Yeah.
Like, right, it takes them like a minute to.
Well, that was the thing too. I mean, when I had, because my biological mom reached out to me after I had him, and she wanted, to see him and wanted to know him, and I was like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen, lady.
Yeah,
right.
And she was really upset about it, and I was like, listen, I forgive you for your past, but I cannot look at my child now and comprehend you leaving 4 of them.
Yeah, right.
Like in my head, I don't understand it. And me and my sister have gone through this too now that her older son is, I think he's about 3. Her son is the age kind of where we were when things started to go downhill.
Okay.
And that started to hit her in a different way because now he's at the age where her life started to blow up. So she's seeing where he's at and remembering how she needed to be. She needed to be a little bit grown up at 3 years old, Right. So it's weird. Yeah.
Life.
Yeah, it's weird. Life happens.
Very good. What's that? It's okay. Do you have a thing?
Yeah, Patty has it.
Hey, baby.
You little turd. It's
Is this
probably
it,
on
right?
the couch.
This is the green one?
Yep.
Here we go.
Thank you. You're lucky Wilson even looked at it. We know how he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilson's weird about stuff like that.
That's right.
Just be glad you weren't sitting with him. Because he probably would have thrown you across the room.
No. You know, it's funny, like growing up with my mom, Jeff, I took care of my brother Jeff for a minute. Like I was 8 and he was a baby.
Oops, sorry.
So I'm 8 years older than him, obviously.
Yeah.
Do the math. But I would have to, not have to, I guess I wanted to. I wanted to be the big brother and
Take care
I
of
would
him.
help, take care, change diapers, if I can make the bottle. They have a picture of me one time. I jumped into the crib because like my mom had to go to work the next day, and he was like got up and started crying. So like I jumped in with him and just kind of soothed him, and they got a picture of me like with the baby inside the crib. Aww. Yeah. So it was good. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Like Patty and I always talk about like I don't. don't necessarily know what it's like to have a child, but I've been through certain,
Well, that's
you know,
kind of,
emotions,
yeah.
kind of. But like, there's
Yeah.
got to be a difference. I feel like there's still got to be that some sort of like linear or parallel connection of like, this is actually my kid from my genes versus
Yeah.
like my little brother.
I mean, I helped raise my siblings.
Yeah.
I helped raise cousins.
Yeah. Probably not the same as.
It's not the
feeling.
same, but like I wasn't nervous about having him either
Yeah,
because I knew that
Exactly.
role.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Whereas Dan's the youngest, no cousins,
Yeah.
you know, no nieces, nephews, or anything like that. That you know, so he wasn't sure how he was gonna be near a baby because
Right.
he's. I mean, we've always even like our friends. All of our friends are older than us.
Yeah.
Their kids are grown.
Yeah.
You know, so that was fun also to go through
Yeah.
to kind of see, you know, how you're gonna be. You don't know.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Nah, it's very cool. All right. Well, thank you for sharing the stories. Yeah, this was a good one. So, you know, again, if you haven't listened to the first one, I would definitely highly recommend go listen to the first one. And then, you know, well, if you already listened to this one, then yeah, go listen to the first one. And, you know, I think for most people that are going through their journey, obviously, whether it's IVF or, you know, whether it's before, during, or after, it's definitely worth it, right? Even, like, you're obviously going to get some sort of experience from it, no matter what it is. But your thought or your message, stay positive through it because it's like, you deserve it too, right?
Absolutely.
People deserve it. Right.
Yeah, you deserve happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due diligence, though, I think is important, right? So do your own due diligence, be your own self-advocate.
Yep.
And support, I think, throughout
100%.
everybody's life. Like, find that support group.
Yeah.
If you don't have it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome.
All right. Well, guys, you heard it here. Thanks, Shannel, again. Keep crushing it. Keep listening. And if you know somebody at Nike, let me know, little one. And until then, we'll catch you guys on the next one. And don't forget, nothing changes until you do. Peace.